Good evening. It is I, your boss, your ruler, the king of despair, the emperor of uneasiness, the lord of destruction, the star of the show. I just got back from taking the soul of two poachers in Africa who thought it was necessary to kill an elephant while the rest of the herd wasn't that far away. It didn't take long for them to swarm them. They couldn't take on 5 elephants at once. Elephants have brains much, much larger than you humans, for sure, and they never forget. When the people of the nearby town found them, well, let's just say circus elephants aren't the only ones that can put on a show. It was like stepping on an ant. Nasty stuff. And trust me, I know nasty. But that's not why you're here. You're here because of yet another story time, you kindergartner. Always want to be entertained. We're over 20 episodes in, so if you're not entertained by now, go back and watch the first Gladiator movie to know the definition of what it means. Speaking of animals from earlier, I suppose I could tell you the story of how I caused an army of emus to destroy crops in Western Australia. As I've said before, I can use animals to do my bidding, but only for a limited amount of time. You know those things you meatbags call zoomies that your pets do? That's all my work, and you're welcome. Though I'm no stranger in using animals, I hadn't used them on a large scale before. So, I decided that in this instance, I was going to test my limits. As you all know, I dabble in chaos. But sometimes, I get bored of the usual. Wars, plagues, reality TV. So one day, while I was lounging in the infernal pit, sipping a margarita made of human regret, I thought, why not try something new? Something subtle, something ridiculous. Enter the emus. Now I know what you're thinking. Satan, why emus? And to that I say, why not emus? They were perfect. They were tall, menacing, faster than a man on a bad day, and dumb as a rock, but stubborn as an unpaid tax collector. All they needed was a little motivation. So I whispered into their little bird brains. Nothing major, just an insatiable desire for destruction, a sudden urge to form a military unit, and a belief that they were invincible. And that, my meatbags, is how it began. The Australians, to my delight, had no idea what was coming. The Great Depression had hit. Farmers were struggling, and all they wanted was to grow some wheat in Western Australia. Enter the emus, 30,000 strong, charging through fields like they had a personal vendetta against agriculture. The humans panicked, and what do humans do when they panic? They bring in the military. Oh yes, the Australian government, in its infinite wisdom, decided that the best way to handle a bird problem was with soldiers and machine guns. Let me repeat that for emphasis. They declare war on birds. Armed with Lewis guns, yes, actual military-grade machine guns, they rolled into the countryside like they were storming Normandy. Their mission: eradicate the emus. Simple, right? Ha! The first skirmish took place on November 1932. Soldiers lined up, guns ready, eyes steely with determination. An emu flock approached. The commanding officer barked, "Open fire!" The guns rattled. The bullets flew. The emus scattered. Turns out, when you fire at a moving target that can run 50 kilometers per hour, it tends to not stay still and get shot. The emus executed a flawless military strategy I like to call absolute nonsense. They zigzagged, they ducked, they moved in unpredictable patterns like a drunken ballerina. The soldiers completely flummoxed. On the rare occasion they did hit an emu, the creature would just shrug it off and keep running. The bullets simply didn't do enough damage. One soldier allegedly muttered, "These things are bulletproof." Yes, they were. I made sure of it. After several failed ambushes, the soldiers got desperate. They mounted a Lewis gun on a truck and attempted a high-speed chase. Imagine this, a military vehicle bouncing wildly across the outback, bullets flying, while emus outran the truck. The gunner couldn't aim properly because, surprise, trucks weren't designed for precision shooting at birds going full Usain Bolt. The emus, meanwhile, continued their rampage, likely laughing at their horrible, bird-like way. After a week of humiliation, the government doubled down. More soldiers, more guns, more determination. Surely this time they would win. They did not. The emus adapted. They developed counter strategies. They deployed decoy squads. One group would bait the humans, while the rest continued their agricultural destruction. It was as if they had a general emu leading them. And well, they kind of did. It was me. After a month, the Australians called it quits. Called it quits against birds. The final tally? Humans, 1,000 rounds of ammunition wasted, 2 machine guns embarrassed, 1 government humiliated. The emus, minimal casualties, total victory, farmlands conquered. The Minister of Defense, when asked about the failure, said, and I quote, "The emus have proved that they are not easy to defeat." You're damn right, Minister. You're damn right. To this day, the emus remain undefeated. Australia, despite its military prowess, could not defeat a bunch of flightless birds. And the best part, they never tried again. The government simply accepted that the emus won. Even now, in the dark corners of hell, when I need a good laugh, I revisit this masterpiece. A war that should never have happened. A battle that should never have been lost. And yet, lost it was. So the next time you see an emu, nod in respect. Remember what they did. Remember the triumph. And remember that somewhere, deep in the fiery pits of despair, I'm still laughing. That's all the precious time I have today for you fools. If you like what you heard, please feel free to follow me if you're not doing that already. And please tell your friends about me. Advertising can be such hell.